all those moments will be lost in time.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about another disgusting crime because realistically, why are you here otherwise? So you guys know I like to shed light on crimes, specifically sexual crimes committed by women, because as we know, those tend to be overlooked, or people make the disgusting comment that if a woman is assaulting a man, he should enjoy it, which makes my existential crisis so much worse. So anyway, let's read about this. Mom accused of raping her daughter's teen classmate whom she met on Snapchat. Rita Leanne Melvin allegedly admitted to sexting other young kids too.
Time for waiting is over. Now is the time for groin stomping.
Damn right it is. Let's go arrest that punk.
So when I first read this, of course I was alarmed, but the thing that alarmed me more is like, I've already read about this. And actually, I hadn't. It's just that there was a case that was so similar to this that I thought that I had already read about it, which in and of itself is terrible. But aside from that, it seems like there's a lot going on via Instagram and Snapchat. Of course, on any social media, there's bound to be a creeper, a pedophile, whatever. But I've been seeing an upswing, whatever, of people being contacted, especially minors, obviously, on Snapchat and Instagram. And I'm wondering if this is kind of taking the place of Kik. I don't know if you guys ever used Kik. I know I used it when I was younger to like interact with people that I met on Tumblr. There were so many creepy people on there. Like, now that I look back, some of the things people told me when I was like 15, they could probably go to jail for. But anyway. So here I just wanted to quickly show you what the first and second page show if you look up Kik pedophiles, just to show that the problem isn't one or two people, it's actually a massive, massive issue. An Oregon mother is accused of sexually preying on her teen daughter's classmate and raping him after she connected with him over Snapchat. Rita Leanne Melvin, 36, of Riddle, was arrested Thursday for multiple sex crimes committed against the 14-year-old boy, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office said in a press release. Investigators began eyeing the mother after learning that Melvin had sexual contact with a teenage male, according to the press release. Melvin initially began messaging the juvenile and exchanging photographs of a sexual nature through a social media platform, the sheriff's office states. That social media platform was Snapchat, local outlet KTVL reports. Melvin and the juvenile made arrangements to meet and had sexual contact, the sheriff's office said. The boy claimed that Melvin lured him to her car and had sex with him in the backseat, according to a police report obtained by KTVL. After that incident, the teen said Melvin kept asking to meet up, but he felt uncomfortable. He said he made excuses so he wouldn't have to see her again. This was in Oregon. Let's look at what the age of consent is in Oregon. 18 is the age of consent in Oregon. So needless to say, there was no consent here. But the thing that bothers me more specifically is the wording, because in the title it says mom accused of raping. Okay. Here though, it ends up saying that they had quote unquote sex in the backseat of her car. If he could not consent, why are we calling it sex? And it might seem like a little semantic thing, but at the same time, it's like, the language we use about these things frames the discussion. So if a grown man raped a 14-year-old girl because she can't consent, at least pretending they're in Oregon, so then we would say she was raped. We wouldn't say they had sex, because if we say they had sex, in a way it minimizes the crime and kind of frames it as consensual when it wasn't. So we need to be very careful about that. I know that sometimes people might deem them in some ways equivalent when we're talking about them, but they're not equivalent. So let's just be careful about that. The victim's mother found out about Melvin's alleged actions through another parent. Melvin has been charged with rape, sodomy, online corruption of a child, and other related charges. Melvin appears to be smiling in her mugshot. It's not clear if she has a lawyer at this time. She allegedly admitted to sexting the teen, but claimed she thought he was either 17 or 18, according to KTVL. While she denied having sex with him, she allegedly admitted that she drove him home after he visited her daughter, but her daughter told the police that the teen was never at her home, according to KTVL. Melvin allegedly also admitted to sexting other young kids, according to the police report obtained by KTVL.
Pain. That's it.
Investigators believe there could be other victims or witnesses. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and I'll include the phone number in the description if anyone needs that phone number. This is the thing that really bothers me. When rapists, pedophiles are caught, there's always this thing, or often this thing of, oh, I thought they were 17 or 18, and sometimes people will lie. You know, sometimes minors in the past have lied saying that they are 18. That's a different story. Here, however, if you think someone's 17 or 18 and you just take that for granted, that's also an issue. Like, why would you not want to check unless you don't want to know the answer and then want to act like you're less guilty because you didn't know their age? Though, I wonder how old the daughter is, because if the daughter is friends with this person, they're probably in the same age range, and surely if she didn't know how old this kid was, she could have asked her daughter, hey, how old is your friend so-and-so? You could have asked to see his ID. I mean, I just don't understand that kind of excuse because it's so bogus. Like, it's so easy to find out someone's age if you just ask and if they don't lie. And why would you even take the chance? Like, for me, I wouldn't understand why anyone would ever risk it. You know, at that point, just move on. Find someone your own age. Find someone above the age of consent for a change. In a way, I'm glad that people are reporting these kinds of crimes, because obviously we know that criminal women often are given less harsh sentences or aren't really seen as criminals, because how could a woman be a criminal? But at the same time, I'm also concerned by the amount of stories coming out about women now as well. It's always disgusting when someone is being taken advantage of, but this seemingly, I'm gonna say new pattern, it's probably been going on for a long time, but it's just like we weren't talking about it, of parents going for the friends of sons or daughters or whatever the case may be, is so creepy to me. And I think the reason it's creepy is that when we think of pedophiles, we have some kind of image in our head, right? Each person, it might be kind of stereotypical probably, but you know, people tend to think of like the weirdo who's like sitting watching people at a park. But the idea that a parent might be looking at their sons and daughters' friends with that kind of predatory eye is so scary, because you'd want to think that when your child goes over to their friend's house, they're in safe hands, you know? But when you think of it like, oh yeah, they might be going to see their friend, but their parent might be a predator. I mean, it's a reality that's always existed, but I guess when you really force yourself to think about it, it's very scary, because you'd think they'd be safe and then they're not. Anyway, hopefully I didn't depress you too much. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know how much time you think she should get. I also think it's very concerning that she was messaging other young kids, young people, young children. I genuinely hope nobody else was a victim of hers, but it doesn't look good as of now. We can only hope that any victim comes forward, so at least this person gets the time she deserves. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always. Let's get right into the fan art.